I am fractally connected. I have my like little fractal guest tree, where it's like what I'm connected to this person now. Now I'm one step further to this person, and this person.
6 degrees of separation.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And well, as you know, my job as producer used to literally be to Google stalk guests. That was my job. Was they don't seem to have a social media profile. Go find them. Okay. He
would be a great guest to have on for either of us on these respective podcasts. But I mean, what do you think of his effort to, get some kind of movement going with Congress? And I kind of think he started a lot of this, 20 years ago. And
I think he was definitely the tip of the spear in a lot of ways, Russell, especially whenever you look at exposing the cabal. There is definitely a cabal of people out there that have an agenda that is not necessarily the rest of everybody's agenda. And that occurs anywhere, man. Like, heck, I'm a 4th degree Knight of Columbus. I guarantee you there's 3 dudes out there plotting something. They ain't plotting world domination, but they're probably plotting how they can take over their local council, like, we're going to get whiskey at bingo night. I tell you what, it's going to happen. Like, guaranteed, there's always that,
Yeah.
But yeah, man, when it came back in the early 2000s, late 90s, man, when he first infiltrated Bohemian Grove, that man.
Oh, you mean Alex Jones?
Yeah. He's definitely been up there in a lot of things. Now, he's had his rough times, his rough goes as of things. I've always found it interesting, though. This is one of the many topics that he shied away from. He never really liked talking UFOs. He never really wanted to talk about UFOs.
I've met and known Alex since 2000, and he always stayed a little clear of this. Now, the thing is, the fact is that if you knew Alex Jones, as I have had the opportunity to speak and hang out with for some time off and on, he does talk about him when you just you're just hanging out with him. He'll talk to you.
He'll talk about it for hours.
Yeah, he sure
will.
He'll
talk about it for hours in private conversation. But buddy, like, he gets somebody on the line. He's like, hey, we're going to be talking about this today, just so you know, before we go live, we ain't talking about the green men, okay?
and for listeners that don't know, you're listening to Paranoid America, my guest, again, Christopher Jordan with the Curiosity Realm podcast here on my podcast, Paranoid America. But we both have something in common in that we both worked in the Infowar bunker there with Alex Jones. I ran a magazine for him and published the Infowars magazine from 2012 to 2014. Around 2013 or 14, when I left the building, you came into the building as a producer there.
Yeah, exactly. We'd cross paths here and there. I knew you were over in the other building, stuff like that. But like you were saying at the beginning, I actually used to write for your rock and roll magazine here in town, things like that. That is how we first met, was through the realm of Infowars. We both
we were swimming in those,
and then I found out that you were printing the magazine, and you found out I was a producer, and it was like, whoa, that's we were weird to begin with.
We were both swimming in the Infowars pool there in South Austin, and then I ended up getting you involved in as a writer in my music magazine, and then hell, years later you had me on your show a couple years ago, and then
Camp Reporter.
That's right. And here's the thing, Chris, is that all of this stuff that's been going on is what got me interested back in doing this. Hearing your show, seeing other friends of mine doing shows, watching younger generation of doing these. I used to do this in the 90s, early 2000s, and interview all these Stanton Friedman and David Icke, Jim Mars. These guys, a lot of those guys are all dead and passed on now, and it's just it's one of my passions about this topic, and I just wanted to get back into it. So it's really cool. And man, you are eons of podcasts. How many podcasts are you on? How many have you done of this all together? With you throw in your old one with the
If
new
I
rebrand?
throw in my old one, we'd be coming up on episode 600 almost. We are coming up on episode 100 of Curious Realm, and no, I guess 500. So because it was 350 whenever I set myself on fire and changed into Curious Realm. That was one of the coolest experiences ever. Shout out to my friend Dr. Danger, local stuntman, who actually set me on fire, and we filmed it for the closing of Cure. That was the finale for Dudes and Beer, was me wearing a Dudes and Beer shirt being caught on fire and walking around. It was pretty epic.
Well, I've done 138 of the Hip Show, and I started that right after or before you rebranding. So yeah, you definitely have done over 100 and something of the Curiosity ones, because I was just a tad ahead of you on before the rebrand, because I was on your old show. But stay right there. We're going to take another quick.
I'm here.
Quick commercial break. Chris Jordan, our guest, Curiosity Realms, his podcast. You're listening to Paranoid America. We'll be right back.